From idea to identity, right? Today we're going to talk about the minimum viable brand, and I'm actually going to talk about how an AI built brand is what I'm using. I'm actually using something that was built with AI for literally 15 minutes. So when I launched this channel, Lose Your Job with AI, I didn't spend days in color palettes and font debates and thinking, is that the mood that I want to have? I spent 15 minutes. I was like, okay, what is this about? I'm in curiosity. I am exploring, I'm doing something new, right? And I'm putting together a process, right? And then I'm wondering, can I actually do this? Can you actually like have somebody quit their job, right? Lose their job doing this. So I was like, I'm an inquiry. Okay, cool. So I opened up Canva, I dropped the show title on a black background, and I used a photo of me. I actually just took a quick photo on a white background, right? And then what I did was I was like, I should be an inquiry. So I'm going to look up at the title, right? And just like think about it. I was like, all right, cool. Canva had a template that looked very similar. So I was like, all right, we're going to swap that out. And because that image captured everything I wanted this project to be, it was a dude in inquiry. I was curious, building something that hasn't been done before. It wasn't perfect and it wasn't clear. And I didn't hire somebody for $2,000 to do my branding package. If I had waited for perfection, I'd still be in logo land, adjusting gradients, thinking is green and purple perfect? There's a pink and purple while someone else is growing their channel. And I was like, dude, I got to jump on this. AI is hot. It's always changing. And there's a bunch of people out there that are scared. So I'm going to build this to help these people, right? And so instead, I just shipped the minimum viable brand. You could see it on my page, right? It's on here. I don't even have it on the video, right? And it's something people could instantly understand. This guy explores how to use AI to build freedom. It's pretty straightforward. Now I'm asking you to think about that. What's your story? How do you compress it down into something that's very easy to understand? Because that's enough to start. So don't chase perfect with branding, chase clarity. For me, it's super simple. I'm thinking of how to lose your job with AI. It's some cool colors that I liked. And then I'll polish it later when I got 10,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. I'll bring somebody in and really shine this thing up. But that's it. So let's jump into how to build this for yourself in literally 15 minutes and it'll be good to go, right? You're going to build your brand system. So when I started with this, I'm going to get closer here, more intimate, right into the camera, because I realized that I wasn't looking at this camera the last few episodes. Production improvements. What we're going to do is we're going to build your AI brand system, right? We're going to do it fast, smart, clear. And really what we're going to do is I'm going to open up ChatGPT. So let's fire up ChatGPT right now. Okay, so I'm going to open up ChatGPT. I'm going to put it in voice mode. And I'm going to say, hey, ChatGPT, I am looking to build a real estate agency here where I live. It's a small island. It's tropical. And I'd like for you to generate 10 great ideas based on the idea that I'm an expat, I'm a foreigner, and I'm a Westerner, and I specialize in real estate in a way that very few people will appreciate unless they're also from the West. I'd like to be able to offer that I've got 15 years of real estate experience. I have built a home on this island. I know the entire transactional process, and I have a very unique style where I'm authentic. I cut straight to the chase. I'm not going to bullshit and blow smoke up somebody's ass. I'm not going to give them a sales pitch. I'm not going to tell them how great everything is. I'm just going to tell them the real hard deal. And I'm more of a consultant than a real estate agent. But obviously, in order to earn a commission, I have to represent the buyer and or the seller. So it's raw, it's authentic, and I'm a no bullshit type of guy. What would you consider are some cool brands that would punch through and maybe stand out in the marketplace and definitely catch somebody's attention if they saw it? So nothing like Island Real Estate Company, if you get what I mean. Give me 10 of your best ideas. Think hard on this. So as you can see, I put it into thinking mode. It's now thinking and trying to generate something good. I'm going to pop back on the screen here, and I'm going to send it up to transcribe. I'm also going to put myself on the screen, and I'm going to wait for it to populate, right? So it's thinking. I told it to think hard. It's grinding the gears, and let's see what happens. Okay, it's intellectually sparring, as you can see here. Right over here. There it is. So love the consultant, not salesman vibe before the names. Blah, blah, blah. Assumption to test. Expat forward branding will attract locals too. Okay, great. All right. 10 brand concepts that punch. Deed and due diligence. Flat. Plain spoken property. No. Salt and ledger. Maybe. Red line realty advisory. Flat. Zero gloss real estate. No. Candid keys. Maybe. Term sheet island. No. Hard stop property advisory. Off market honest. Didn't really do it this time. 10, Western Standard Realty. Maybe West Standard. Okay. So we can play with some of these. Push back, you know, stress test, you know, blah, blah, blah. It didn't really nail it this time, right? I'm not gonna lie. It only gave me like 2 that were like, okay. Candid Keys and Salt and Ledger maybe, and maybe one more. So I'm gonna have it push, okay? Let's refine the idea to less of the candid, like straight talk, and just give me something that's like clear, right? Nobody's gonna get off market honest or hard stop property advisory. These are cool word salads, but I have to make it make sense at the human level. Think hard. Okay, I can easily just go with the standard, right? Which is Island Realty. Okay. I think that that is short sighted. I think that that is mainstream. And I want to be a niche. I want to be somebody who is paying attention uh, to people who are a little bit different thinking, right? Entrepreneurs, right? People that are excellent marketers. I want them to appreciate. Lighthouse Real Estate. Okay, we got a few more names. Clear Coast Realty, Anchor Point, Harbor Line, Shoreline, Blue Horizon, Island Bridge Real Estate. Okay. Compass Cove. These all sound pretty vanilla. These read like real companies. So it's pushing back on it, right? We're having a marketing discussion. We're having a branding discussion. It's a quick skeptic check, right? To keep us honest. We're talking about clarity versus edge, right? I want edge and it's saying, dude, be clear, right? So I get it. Okay, cool. This is like what co-founders are talking about. Like what should our name be? She's saying purple. I'm saying red. Cultural optics. None scream expat only. You'll attract Western clients without alienating locals or regulators. Okay, good point. That's something I didn't see. I don't want to alienate regulators on the island because they are definitely, you know, the ones that make the rules. So far we're in a gridlock, and this is important because you're not always going to get smooth answers. So I'm going to say, I agree. Let's blend the word island with something that says clear and then real estate agency. So now it's going through and it's fighting. It's mentally sparring for the brand and it's creating something good, right? Island clear island. I like that. Island and clear. Clearwater. We're getting iteration. We're getting somewhere closer. We're chipping at the rock to get the final form of the structure, right? And island true real estate, true island real estate. Okay. Maybe we need to say honest island, right? Transparent, clear. Let's give it a go. Let's talk about something more honest and clear, right? To communicate no shady deals here. Transparent, honest, clear, candid, island real estate, somewhere in there, but give me something juicy. Really think. Okay, so we're having a marketing discussion and we're doing it on video, right? This is perfect because nobody wants to have a shitty brand. Nobody wants to have an okay brand. You want to have a cool brand. So this is part of the thing, but we're well within what, 5 minutes, 6 minutes? It's still a kick-ass, result. This would usually take a few days to a week sometimes, and it would put you in analysis paralysis. There it is. Clear island, honest island, open island, candid island, daylight island. Wow, it took me really, really literally, huh? Straight deal. Okay, how about this? Straight deal island real estate. How about something with fair deal or honest deal real estate? Or real deal real estate? Give me 10 that have that type of flavor. So we're getting closer. Top 3, it's giving me the top 3, right? You can see them on the screen there. Clear island, so on. I don't really agree with it. We're going to have that. Eventually, we're going to cook this up. The real deal realty, okay? Fair and true deal property. The honest deal company. I fucking love this one. Number 7, the honest deal. Everybody wants a fucking honest deal. This is it. The honest deal company. There it is. I love it. In fact, when I saw it, it was like, bang. We don't sell dreams. We sell deeds. It's truth. Property rights are on deeds. Ideal if you want a slightly bold, modern consulting aesthetic. I really like that. It sold me right off the bat. Number 7, it is the honest deal company. This is the type of conversation you should be having with ChatGPT, right? It's pushing. It's really getting to the nitty gritty of what you want. And now that you've got it, guess what? You're now going to go and work with hex colors and all that font logo stuff. We're going to choose the honest deal company. Give me some real cool colors and tones and a voice for it, considering the tagline and the aesthetic that we want to create. So I can put it into Canva and start making all the visuals. Okay, great. All you've got to do is follow along, right? We're going to have this thing punch out a full logo, a brand, and everything in 15 minutes. I'm right now, minute 7, minute 8. Color palette, deep ocean blue, islandy. It gives me a hex code right here. So I can put that in a Canva. And the base, professional, stable, evokes depth, explains it all, right? Accent number 1, sea glass teal, all this good stuff. Then it has mood board keywords if you want to get into this stuff, the brand voice, typography. It'll give you the font type, and all the good stuff. All you have to do is put this copy paste into Canva and you're done, right? Now, the real sauce, right? The real sauce. This is what everybody wants. Okay. Give me a starting concept for the logo with the colors you have mentioned and the typography. Give me something I can give to a designer to start the conversation. This right here is the sauce. Why? Because this is what you give to a designer if you want to go to that level, or you can take this yourself into Canva if you have those skills and create it, right? So it's give me all this good stuff. I want a visual. It might give me this for a few other, it'll say, here's a summary, blah, blah, blah. Yes, give me the mock visual layout. There it is, starting to generate. Some of you did not know that ChatGPT can do this. In fact, it just came out in the last few months, and it really got really good with ChatGPT 5. So if you look at the top left side, we're using ChatGPT 5, which is their newest model. You got to pay $20 a month to access it. And what you're going to get is gold. Within 30 seconds, it's going to spit out an image, right, that conveys everything it went through in the conversation. And you're now going to have a great concept. In fact, I did it 4 times in the past week to test it out with businesses, including the AI channel that I started. And it was fantastic. Like, they were 80% good. They weren't 100%. I'm not going to, sit there and give it that much credit. But realistically, it was good enough to give to a designer and say, hey, improve on this. These are the tweaks we want to make. I didn't have to sit there and sketch it. Check this out. It's looking clean. It's looking very clear. And I like it. I love the colors. Real estate advisory. That's pretty badass. So I can take this right now, download it, put it into my website, put it into all my socials, and bang, I'm up and running in a business, honest deal company, real estate agency within 20 minutes. I've got a story. I can make a video about myself with a camera. Hi, I represent the Honest Deal Company. I'm here to do real estate and advisory services for anybody who's new to the island. I want to sell you a home. I want to help sell your home. I want to get you into the property that you want, and I want to do it fairly and candidly. If you're interested in doing business on the island, you want a straight shot from somebody who's also bought and sold a home and built a home on the island, contact me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. That's it. You make a video with that. You pop that on it. You've got yourself a business, okay? And the good thing is, it adds credibility, right? This just adds credibility instantly to the business. So let's jump right back into where we were, which is now that we've built the brand system, right? All things, we're now going to create our content engine, right? Content engine is super important. Why? Because that's what advertises. That's what gets us noticed, right? We're going to publish some posts. We're going to publish a little bit about us, what we do. And now that you have a working brand pack, so you got a name, a tagline, colors, and you did it all in 15 minutes, maybe max an hour, right? You're like so ahead of the game. This is why AI is so good. This is why I started the channel. You're going to jump into Canva. You're going to paste all the hex codes and all that stuff. Once you get your branding package done, it's now time to start your content AI engine, right? That engine is going to push out things about your business, whether you're a designer, a contractor, an accountant, whatever. You need to basically give value so that people might read your stuff, right? And they're going to pay attention. They're going to watch your videos. If I am, selling myself as an honest deal company, I'm going to talk about the top 5 things to look for on a real estate deal, right? The top 3 questions to ask your real estate agent if you're currently working with someone, right? I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me 10 of the baddest freaking posts that I can talk about, and I might turn those into videos. I might just keep them as a blog post and put them on the website, right? And tag them so SEO picks it up, right? Because your brand means nothing if nobody's seeing it. And the way to get seen is to have really good pieces of content. So we're going to build your AI content engine. It's a system that's going to market for you 24/7, okay? I'm going to ask ChatGPT now, please give me 5 titles of content that I can write quickly on Instagram, X, and a few other places like LinkedIn that will instantly position me as a market authority. For example, what are the top 3 questions to ask another realtor you might be working with on the island? Or what are the top 5 pitfalls to look out for when dealing with island property? So it's going to basically create these. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a 30-day posting calendar that mixes education, authority, and calls to action. We want them to convert. We want them to click on the link, right? If they're looking for somebody, this is what we want. So boom, it's give me 5 content titles, the 5 questions every buyer should ask before signing anything on my island, right? Why so many foreign buyers get burned. Holy shit. Urgency. Don't get burned. And how to avoid the classic 3 island mistakes. A little bit of mystery, a little bit of curiosity, but it's beautiful. This is really good at this, right? Like ChatGPT is awesome at this. How to tell if a local agent is the real deal or just a middleman. These are fantastic things to put out. Why? Because if you're going to drop $500,000 to $3 million on a house on this island, you want to know if you're dealing with a middleman who's just posing, right? Simple 3 questions will help you figure it out. And that positions you as authority, right? It puts you above your competitors, right? They're sitting there talking about their beautiful new house that they've got for listing, but you're speaking to a more emotional part for the buyer, which is, dude, don't get scammed, right? How to deal with somebody who's not a middleman, right? Very important. The hidden costs of island living nobody tells you about. Wow, local knowledge. This is important, right? Fair deals still exist. We're in an overpriced area right now, and you just need to know where to look and who to ask. It's already pointing people in my direction as an authority. This is exactly what I asked for. ChatGPT excels at this, right? And the beauty is that, AI doesn't replace your creativity. So it's not like replacing my brain, right? It's replacing hesitation because I got 5 posts that I could copy, paste, and then go, okay, where are the fair deals according to me as a real estate agent, right? Like, oh, this neighborhood, this area, how about this zone, maybe this development's new, right? So I could expand on what it's prompting me for, right? And now you've got the 5 posts. Guess what? Copy, paste, add a little sauce. Now it's time to go public. You're going to post your logo, your story on wherever you got it. Instagram, X, YouTube, LinkedIn, post your shorts, put a little intro video on your page or, on your website, who you are, what you do, and why it matters. I already gave you an introduction to what mine would look like. This is your digital storefront. It's your signal. You're credible. That's it. The world knows, okay, this guy or this girl, they focus on this. My credible example, I'm not a real estate agent. I'm starting an agency, right? So here's the truth. People don't buy what you do, man. Nobody cares that you're a real estate agent. They buy your clarity and your consistency. Are you posting all the time? Are you giving them very valuable information for them to consider? Holy shit, they may have just saved me $10,000. They may have just saved me $500,000 by making a huge mistake in an island I don't know, but I want to buy a house in. Guess what? That all came because I've got my name, my logo, everything posted. I've got a video about myself, right? So this is the game. This is the game. This is how AI helps you beat your competitors. I literally put together a branding package in 15 minutes. We went through everything. All you got to do is go into Canva, do all the good stuff, get the post, copy, paste, add your little sauce, and you're now the boss. And that's everything you need to know in order to look legitimate online and start building real momentum with content in a brand that people will see. So if this helped, subscribe and like and leave me a comment. I'll see you in the next one. If you liked what you saw, please click like and subscribe, and then feel free to follow up with this video or this one. They're both going to help you optimize how to date as an established man. You'll have more success with women. I guarantee it.